I'm not really sure how I came up with the order of these watches, call it curated timepieces. I just wanted to make sure they don't go missed because there is something interesting about each one of them, including this Ming that I know nothing about. Let's kick things off with the Zenith Defy Classic, one of the boutique limited edition. I'm not sure which one. It seems like everything that Zenith is doing nowadays with their Defy Classic lineup and everything else is limited edition or as a result of some collaboration. I mean, I genuinely lost track since the Swiss Beats edition. I mean, too much of it is just, you know, it's a bit confusing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying anything bad about Zenith. I still think it's a cool brand. It's a cool looking watch. It's funky. It screams innovation. And then it's Zenith, right? So every single major brand had its fair share of Zenith's contribution in their past, right? It's just what they're doing with their limited edition now that kind of categorizes you, right? It's either you're Team Zenith, Team Defy Classic, Team El Primero, or you're not. That's really what it is. But apart from that, this is seriously a themed party every time you glance at the time on your wrist. I mean, look at this thing. Dial treatment, case finishes, and a sprinkle of personalized touches that really make it stand out. I mean, from the crowd, there'll be no two people wearing this Zenith in one room, and very, very lightweight. Whatever the mission or the vision for this watch was or is still, they made it happen. I think it's really nice, even stunning with the open work dial. It's like you strip down an engine of a car and let you see through the gear in action. That's what this case is. Look through and it's a real treat. Now, it doesn't promise the same Rolex level type of lumen legibility, but the fact that they've thrown in some luminescent element to begin with on the hands and hour markers, I think that's a very, very smart move considering that this is supposed to be a sport watch. And actually on this specific discontinued model, you really need it if you want to tell time. I don't know about the new ones, maybe they've improved it, but it's questionable on this one. The strap is really, really comfortable. The white, of course, is something you're going to get dirt on easy, but apart from that, I think they nailed it with the strap. I think it's smart to squeeze in a spot for Zenith in your collection. I think it's even smarter to go pre-owned with them. It's like the Speedmaster vibe, you know? You like it, but you would love it even more if it's pre-owned because you know it won't put a huge dent in your wallet. Moving on to AP, let me put it this way. I didn't realize there's been another option to the famous 5402 Jumbo or the 15202. Up until I saw this 14790 ST. You're speaking late 80s design language. It joined the party and it kind of got stuck there in the Royal Oak lineup until 2000, 2003 maybe, and that's when it finally wrapped its production. The case on this AP is 36 mils, but here's the trick. Because of the slick integrated lugs and bracelet, it actually wears a bit larger. It doesn't wear true to size, right? I actually like this over the Jumbo size. The Jumbo kind of flanks out a little bit, and that's maybe because the slick integrated lugs and bracelet, of course that adds a lot to it, is sitting on a 7.5 mils thickness, which I think is awesome when it comes to this case size. You guys know how I feel about AP. I mean, when I put all that stuff out, I'm obviously talking about the new AP. Company, strategy, distribution, salespeople, management, today, they're terrible. Like, that's why I've left this brand a long time ago. But the ball game is that if you're looking for an alternative to the 5402 Jumbo, to the 15202, and you want that 80s language design, I mean, with this watch, you're really diving headfirst into the legendary Gerald Genta territory. Real vintage vibe. It's like having a legit piece of history on your wrist. And this bad boy also came in all sorts of colors back in the day. So there was the red, there was the white, there was so many dial colors, and there were so many variations of the dial as well. This is the MK2, and you can spot it by those two big bold A and P letters in Audemars Piguet logo. The clasp is another pointer as well because it doesn't have the fancy AP logo there. This particular piece is an E series. It's seen 23 years, got a little polish done, and it comes with archive paper only, so no box. But let me tell you something, no doubt this is in tip-top shape. It was polished, that's correct, and I feel like the polishing even made it feel better on the wrist. I don't know what the retail was for this AP back in the days, but it's going for $29,000 now. And this 14790 is awesome, man. This is really beautiful. This Ming GMT in titanium. Now, I've caught a few videos and read a lot of articles about it, and honestly, that's pretty much all the context I know about it. Looks wise, it's not bad at all. It's got that solid quality vibe going on. We're talking $4,100. This is what this watch is worth. Is this price point a setback for what it is, or is it underpriced because maybe this watch is on a league of its own? It's made out of titanium. I don't know. However, I'll have to admit it's not exactly my cup of tea. And I also heard getting your hands on one of these is like trying to catch a unicorn. They're super tough to find and to even convince the brand to sell it to you to begin with. I'm trying to learn about Ming. So if you do own a Ming or have experience purchasing from them directly, please drop it in the comment section down below. I'd love to go through it. The recommendation and conclusion in this faceless video today, my 54 is awesome. I love it. I think it's the best value for money. I think this is the ultimate black bay that Tudor had whipped so far. It's got the perfect size, the perfect thickness, and on your wrist, it actually feels like the real deal. Of course, it's reminiscent of the Tudor Prince Submariner. A lot of design cues had come from there. I'm actually also cool with the rivets on this specific bracelet. They're smaller. They're not like the ones on the GMT. They're not in your face, so I'm okay with that. And yeah, I know we all seen them online going for $3,800 or about that, but you can snag them secondhand in Dubai at any aftermarket dealer for $3,000, sometimes maybe even less. I mean, value for money. This is a really good watch. But overall, if I were to put the best bang for your buck, I'd put the black bay first. That's number one. That would be the top, followed by the AP, believe it or not. Regardless of how I feel about AP today, this one, if you can maybe negotiate the price a little bit more, not the $29,000 marker, maybe if it's like a 25 or less, it'll be definitely worth it. Even with the fact that it comes just with archive paper without a box, I'm okay with that. The Defy Classic is in the mix too, holding its ground with its innovation, the sporty look and feel, and the fact that it's made by Zenith. And then this mysterious Ming. Honestly, I'm scratching my head as to why this watch is even on this video. From my inexperienced point of view about Ming, the price point is great. It's $4,100. It looks good. The quality feels great as well, but don't know much about the brand or where they stand exactly. Hence, I can't recommend it, but maybe you can educate me on it. That's it for the short one, and I'll catch you next. Peace.